It was summer holiday time on the island of Sodor. The Duke and Duchess of Boxford had come to Sodor once again, and like always, they came on their private engine called Spencer. Spencer was approaching the junction, and as he was doing so, he had to stop. Toby was shunting some loaded trucks into the sidings. This made Spencer cross. "You engines and your branch lines are always in the way. We proud and strong engines agree that branch lines are vulgar." Toby was cross for hearing what Spencer had said, so he said nothing as he shunted his trucks so that Spencer could pass. Later, Toby spoke to Edward. "Branch lines are certainly not vulgar. They're essential to the main line, and without them, there would be no other methods of delivering goods and passengers to places where they have to go," said Edward. "You're right, Edward," agreed Toby. "Where else would I have gone when my old line had closed down? I wouldn't be of much use to Sir Tom Mat and his railway. I enjoy my work on Thomas's branch line, and enjoy doing odd jobs away from the line, but I certainly wish Spencer would understand the importance of branch lines and what use they're good of to the island of Sodor." And with that, Toby trundled away to his shed at Arlesdale End. The next morning, Toby stood at one of the sidings at Farquhar with Henrietta. His driver and fireman were exchanging their news until the driver noticed the Duke and Duchess on the platform. Toby's crew went to investigate. "What's happened?" asked the driver. "We were visiting a friend of ours who lives here at Farquhar," said the Duke. "We've no engine to take us to the junction because Spencer is too heavy for branch lines." "We'll take you to the junction," said the driver politely. "I'll see if it's all right with Sir Topham Hatt." So the driver spoke to Sir Topham Hatt, who agreed. So the Duke and Duchess climbed into Henrietta, and Toby set off for the junction for Spencer to collect his important passengers. The Duke and Duchess had a wonderful time watching all the splendid sights and sounds on the branch line. And this made Toby very pleased with himself. Toby had arrived at the junction, and Spencer was waiting for the Duke and Duchess. He was cross with Toby for taking his special passengers on a branch line, and even more cross when he heard how splendid the line was coming from the Duke and Duchess. "Branch lines are vulgar, and they always will be," and he fumed away. The next morning, Spencer was on his way from Edward Station to collect more coal from Tidmouth Yards. Spencer didn't know that the points at the junction were set in the wrong direction, and Spencer was going the wrong way. Spencer was shocked to see himself on part of the branch line, and he couldn't stop because of how fast he was going. And before he knew it, a crash had been set to occur. The driver and fireman had jumped clear before the crash, but Spencer was off the rails. Later, Thomas and Toby brought the breakdown train to get Spencer back on the rails. Sir Topham Hatt spoke severely to him. "I've heard from Toby that you said that branch lines were vulgar. They are important parts to the railway because without them we wouldn't be able to deliver all of the goods and passengers that needed to be taken to their destinations, and your careless attitude has caused a great deal of trouble." He paused impressively. "Gordon will look after the Duke and Duchess until you return from the steamworks, and you will not say anything vulgar about parts of my railway. Do you understand me?" Yes, sir. Sorry, sir," groaned Spencer. "And Toby, I take back everything I said about branch lines." "That's good," replied Toby. And thank you for helping the Duke and Duchess yesterday," finished Spencer. "Happy to help, Spencer," smiled Toby, who was pleased to see Spencer see sense about how important branch lines can be.